Hi, YouTubers. Something important, something goddamn important. So, I'm the garage again. I'm smoking nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. The house of keeping, smoking this Gran Habano cigar, nice big ass cigars, the big ass cigar for life. Oh yeah, baby, big ass cigar. And I am drinking some sparkling water. Yes, some mango sparkling water. And no, that's not alcohol. So a little bit too early for alcohol. So if you hear some noise off in the background, it's just some people working on the neighbor's house. It's just some people are working on the neighbor's house off in the background, so or off in the distance. You hear some crap in the background just because of that. So anyway, so I've had a interesting, quote unquote, interesting day. So yes, I've had kind of an interesting day. I want to recap. So I woke up today around 9:30 or so, and I had my morning routines. I took a shower. Had my breakfast, and then did my video in the morning. You probably saw it. Of me smoking a big ass pipe, like the big ass cigar. And yeah, that was fun to do. I enjoy, shooting the shit, and smoking a big ass pipe. And yeah, so, and then I was, I worked on the computer a little bit. And then my day kind of took a turn for the worse. You might say, well, smoking acid, what the hell do you mean by that? Like, what the hell do you mean? Like, are you sick? Like, do you feel bad or anything like that? And what I mean by that is essentially by my day taking a turn for the worse, essentially I around 12 or so, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to take my meds. I'm like, oh my god, my medication. So I forgot to take my medication, my blood pressure medication, and also I forgot to take my multivitamin and also other medication, because I take medication in the morning. And no, I'm not crazy. Not everybody who takes pills or medication is crazy. So don't think that's just a dumb stereotype. So yeah, I'm like, oh, I forgot to take my medication, oh shit, oh fuck, whatever. So, and then, oh god, flies. Now there are fucking flies in the garage. So anyway, nice big ass flies like the big ass cigar. So, yeah, so I take my medication. I'm like, okay, I took my medication, and then I take a walk with my mother, around the neighborhood. And also, I'm opening up a package of cheese, nice big ass cheese, like the big ass cigar, and making a wrap, a gluten-free wrap for lunch, and the little what do you call it? Like on like a like on deli meat, there's that little like a tab that you kind of seal across, so it's vacuum sealed tight. The little thing the little like bar thing, and essentially it breaks off. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like, I'm like, okay. So now I have to put the cheese in a separate, Ziploc bag, because if you don't put cheese in a Ziploc bag, it'll get stale. Obviously, any kind of food will get stale over time, actually very quickly in the refrigerator. Nice big ass refrigerator like the big ass cigar. So that kind of pisses me off, the little like tab thing, kind of breaks off, kind of pisses me off. And then, let's see, I shave my beard. If you notice, I shave my beard right here, shaved off my beard. And I shave my beard once a week, to keep it clean, because obviously you want to look professional, professional ass like the big ass cigar when you're working. and I'm shaving my beard, and my dad's like, "Hey, Evan, can you put the razor blade, like the shaver? We have like an electronic shaver, and can you put that on my bureau?" And I say, "Oh yeah, I'll put it on your bureau." And so I put it on my dad's bureau in my dad's bedroom, and lo and behold, I walk away, and the damn thing drops on the ground. Like, are you kidding me? It's like, are you kidding me? It's like, so thankfully the electronic shaver doesn't break. It doesn't, like snap in half. But I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, like Jesus Christ. It's like, like, is this so irritating? I mean, like, this pisses me off so much. So that pissed me off also. And then I'm in my bedroom, my parents' house, because obviously I'm at my parents' house right now. I'm not in my apartment. I'm at my parents' house. And the phone rings. I'm like, okay, my parents' phone, not my cell phone. My parents', home phone rings, not my cell phone. And I go to pick it up, and my dad was telling me this morning about a call that he's been getting over the past like week or so, and it's not like a legitimate call or anything. It's like a wrong number call, like how people will call you and say, "Is John Doe there?" or is Jane Doe there, or Joe Schmo there, and obviously they have the wrong number. And what really pisses me off is, what really pissed off my dad was that they just keep calling over and over and over again because they think they have the right number, or it's some kind of scam, whatever. It's either a scam or they have the wrong number, either or both. And so, yeah, so I'm in my bedroom and the phone rings and they say, "Hello, is," I'm not going to say the person's name, but obviously let's just call this person John. So, "Hello, is John there?" And I say, "No, you have the wrong number." I'm like, "Okay," that was kind of irritating, kind of pissed me off. And then I go back into my bedroom, and literally like a minute and a half later, the phone rings again, and they say, "Hello, is this John?" Or whoever. I'm calling this person John, but it's a different name because obviously I'm not going to dox the person, whatever. It's like, and I'm like, at this point I'm really really fucking pissed. I'm like, you have the wrong number. Stop calling this number. And I hang up the phone. I'm pissed. It's like, because it's just one thing after the other. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like, and it's funny because I go outside, I get my big ass cigar ready, I get my seltzer ready, and I go outside. I tell my mom, who's sitting on the hammock right now in my parents' yard, and I tell her about it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, your father was very pissed about that, very pissed about those phone calls." And then I tell my dad, who's actually working outside. He's working doing some work outside, not like work as in like like in working like as a job, but like working as like he's working in the shed. So, but I tell my dad, it's like he's like, "Oh, you kidding me?" I'm getting really sick of them looking for that guy John or whoever. So the guy's name's not actually John, but I'm not going to dox the person, whatever, because obviously that's against YouTube's rules. So yeah, I'm not saying today was like a terrible day, but it was just like one thing after the other. I mean, like it's just freaking ridiculous. And then I think there was actually two more calls that came in on my parents' home phone, and they were asking us if we were interested in like selling our house, whatever. It's like and my dad's like, "Nope, we're not interested in selling our house." It's like goodbye. So just a pain in the ass. It's like I fucking hate telemarketers. It's like honestly, I freaking hate telemarketers. It's like so they're just they're just such a pain in the ass. And yeah, I can understand why my dad is pissed. It's like because I mean, if somebody was calling me like every 30 minutes, and it's not like a legitimate call, it's like, and, they were like saying, is John or Jane or, Fred there or whatever, it's like, I'd be pissed. It's like, because, and unfortunately on a home phone, there's really no way to, it's not like an iPhone or like a smartphone where you can like block the number or where it says like likely, this is potentially spam. It's not like you can like block the number and prevent them from calling again, or if it says like potentially spam or likely spam, you can prevent them from calling. It's just like they call over and over and over again. It's just such a freaking pain in the ass. It's like I'm like, I was pissed. And I mean, my dad was pissed, my mom was pissed, I was pissed, and I mean, I was just BS overall. It's like, because, and that's why my dad was saying, I think pretty soon we're going to get rid of our home phone, and we're pretty much going to, switch exclusively to just iPhones in general, because everyone has an iPhone in this family. So, yeah, kind of a irritation. So that was kind of my day, is just one thing after the other, kind of a day from hell, just kind of a day from hell. And then, in terms of, aside from the day from hell, we're going to get dinner tonight. We're going to get takeout tonight. We're not going to go out to a restaurant, my dad and I again. But we're going to get takeout from a restaurant. And the restaurant we're going to get takeout from is a place called Chipotle, which Chipotle is like a I think most people know what a Chipotle is. Chipotle is like it's kind of like a Moe's, or it's like a really fancy version of like Taco Bell. So Chipotle basically is like a Mexican style grill, and basically they cook, they prepare the food right in front of you. You can get like a burrito, nice big ass burrito, like the big ass cigar. You can get like a burrito bowl. You can get like tacos, nice big ass tacos, like the big ass cigar. Anyway, so yeah, we're probably gonna go to the Chipotle, and we're probably gonna, get I'll probably get a burrito bowl. Unfortunately, they don't have gluten-free wraps there, so you can't get a gluten-free burrito. But they do have their bowls are obviously gluten-free, because actually the nice thing about Chipotle is, as a restaurant, the nice thing about them as a restaurant is pretty much everything there is gluten-free. Actually, it's one of the few places that's like a major, like, at least here in Massachusetts, be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn. It's actually one of the very, very, very few places where almost everything on their menu is gluten-free. The only thing that's not gluten-free at Chipotle is their burrito wraps. They're like whole wheat wraps. Their soft taco wraps are not gluten-free. They make the statement that their corn chips, not porn chips, but corn chips, may have resid or traces of gluten. They may have traces of gluten from the farm or the place where it's prepared. And also, their let's see. They serve, some Chipotle serve beer. They have like a partial liquor license, and obviously the beer, like the Corona, not coronavirus, but Corona would obviously not be gluten-free. Like Corona Mexican beer is obviously not gluten-free. That's why I stopped drinking Corona. Again, not coronavirus, but Corona the beer. So yeah, they actually are one of the very few restaurants that pretty much everything there is gluten-free. Like all the meats are gluten-free naturally. All like the condiments, not condoms, but condiments are, yeah, condoms, big ass condoms like the big ass cigar. So just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. But yeah, all the meats, all the, like the vegetables, all the cheeses, all the sauces, all the salsas, sour cream and guac, obviously naturally gluten-free. So it's actually a really good place if you have a intolerance. They're actually very good about it. So if you're somebody who's like super highly sensitive, and by no means am I liable by any means. But if you have like an allergy or intolerance, they're very, very easygoing. Like they'll change their gloves. Like they'll say, oh yeah, we can change their gloves before preparing your, because another thing is, in addition to their taco wraps, their burrito wraps, and their beer not being gluten-free, they also make the statement that because they use gloves, because they're touching the flour tacos or flour wraps, there can be traces of the flour on their gloves. Obviously, for me, that's not a big deal. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. It's like, but some people, they might actually give a shit about that, and so they actually will change your gloves and actually get fresh supplies, like fresh vegetables from the back if you ask them, and actually will put your food in a separate bag. So for people who have an intolerance or a celiac, it's actually a pretty good restaurant, and it's actually a pretty safe bet. Obviously, for the last damn time, I'm not liable. Don't sue my ass like the big ass cigar if something happens to you. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, so anyway. So, anyway, but Chipotle is a great option for people who have gluten sensitivities and celiac. So, and then aside from that, my dad and I are probably gonna, watch a movie tonight, and a nice big ass movie like the Big Ass Cigar, and yeah. So. And yeah, so I'll work my usual schedule this week. Probably work like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. At Roche Brothers doing the carts, nice big ass carts like the Big Ass Cigar. And yeah, so it's gonna be a fun week. Um, Another thing is you can probably look forward to another pipe tobacco review pretty soon. I'll be reviewing the H.H. McBaron Latakia Flake pretty soon. I'll be reviewing that this week sometime. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that probably on Monday. So probably look forward to that review on Monday. I'll be reviewing that Latakia Flake. So yeah. One thing about the tin tobaccos is they're expensive, and honestly, they don't give you a whole lot of tobacco. It's like for the amount of money you're paying. I mean, I paid for that tin of McBaron's. I think I paid like at my tobacconist. I think I paid like $16. It's like $17. Maybe not 17, but I pay over $15, and they only give you like a small amount. It's like that's one advantage to buying in bulk. So at least for me, it's like obviously this is me personally. I'm not encouraging or glorifying in any way, shape, or form for you to use the product. I'm just saying for me personally, from my experience. So I do have to review the H.H. McBaron Latakia Flake, and then I think I have to re-review. Oh, I have to re-review it. Sorry, I have to re-review it because I already reviewed it back in 2014. So I reviewed it many, many years ago. So I'm going to re-review the H.H. McBaron Latakia Flake, and then I have to re-review Irish Flake by Peterson. So re-review that. So I reviewed that back in 2010, the Irish Flake, and I reviewed it back in 2012. But I haven't done a review of Irish Flake by Peterson since 2012 for about 10 years now. So, yeah. So hopefully when I go inside to upload this video, I won't get any more spam calls or telemarketing calls, because honestly, this is just such a pain in the ass. And I just say, I say to telemarketers, screw you. It's like, so I hate to come off as a dick. It's like, but screw you. It's like, stop calling this number. It's like, it's such a pain in the ass. I hate telemarketers. It's like, I mean, I understand there are some people, who are getting calls legitimately because they owe money or for some reason, like debt collectors, they're legitimately getting, there are people who are legitimately getting harassed on a daily basis by phone calls for like debt collection reasons. But but honestly, we're not the kind of people who are getting legitimately harassed. It's like, these people are just dicks. It's like, who are just calling this number over and over again. It's like, it's just an irritation, just such an irritation to get these calls over and over again. I mean, yeah, there are some people, who don't pay their bills on time, who really deserve to get harassed on a daily basis by phone calls, by like, bill collectors or debt collectors. It's like, but honestly, we're not the kind of people, like that. So we always pay our bills on time. And these aren't even about bills. It's like, they're just about, looking for some guy named John, or not the real name, but you get the freaking point. So, looking for some random person. So wrong number call. Anyway, so not much else to talk about. Things here are going well. Yeah, so anyway, that's about it. So have a nice day, YouTubers. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.